Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to bring you this video because in today's video I'm going to show you some professional tips and tricks for you to use when making wigs using Xpression hair. Okay, so to start off, I'm using the Lagos braid. I'm going to cut the hair in half, then I'm going to cut the hair in half again, then I'm going to cut the hair in half again, because just for the back section you only need really short pieces, and then you can move on to using the half pieces, if that makes sense. But just watch this bit of the video and you'll understand. Okay guys, so this is tip number one. What you need to do is pull the ends of the hair. Don't leave the ends blunt straight across, even though we're going to cut this hair straight, just so that it lies naturally and it looks really natural and pretty. You don't want any blunt edges, so pull the hair so it's nice and smooth before you start adding the hair to the wig cap. Okay, so tip number two, when you're putting your hair into the wig cap, you need to leave a finger space between each crochet knot that you put in. Above that, you're going to fill in the gaps, and I just continue all the way up to the crown section in a brickwork fashion. What this does is it makes sure that as much as possible you don't see many gaps. If when you finish the wig you can still see gaps, just fill in those gaps with more hair. But for now, just to start, just add the hair in a brickwork fashion. Okay, tip number three, when you get to the crown section, you need to continue in a brickwork fashion, but you also need to fill in the gaps. So continue watching, you'll see exactly what I mean. But the reason why you need to fill in the gaps is because this is where the crown section is where people could see right into your hair. So you don't want to have any spaces around the crown section, and it helps to hide the knots underneath. Hey guys, before we go any further, please subscribe, comment, share, thumbs up, like, do all that great stuff for your girl. Help your girl out. I'm going to be bringing you some amazing videos. If there are any styles that you want me to make, please also leave those in the comment section and I will be happy to make them for you. Okay, tip number five, and this is a real important one. This top crown section needs to be covered with a thicker mesh. If you want to use lace, if you want to use any type of mesh that you can get hold of, use it, because if you put the knot straight into the lace that was already on the wig cap, you'll find that when you're combing the hair, all the knots will come out really easily. It's not going to last, they're not going to be secure. So please invest in some lace or something just to cover the top of the cap. Right, so now when you're at the parting section, this is tip number 6, guys. You need to make sure that this parting looks as natural as possible. So what I do is I bring my knots close together, I leave a small line, and in this space here in the line, I'm putting the crochet hook right the way across from the left line to the right line. So it goes all the way across. I put the knot in and I separate the hair. So instead of leaving the hair just in one single piece, I separate it so it makes a lovely parting, a very natural looking parting. Okay, tip number 6. Once you finish your parting, I use my sewing machine, but you can hand sew this. Just sew the parting down. Make sure that that parting is not going to move. It just helps make the wig look natural. You're going to hide the cotton, the sewing, and I'll show you how to do that. You're just going to mess the hair up. But what it does is ensure that that part is not going to move. You're not going to lose your part. It's always going to be there. So as I said guys, just ruffle the hair up, use your brush and just mess the hair up in that parting, just to hide the cotton. I could see the cotton a lot once I'd finished sewing, so I really did need to give it a good ruffle. Just mess the hair up, pull a few strands out if need be, but make sure that you don't see any of the cotton. Okay guys, tip number 7, use some strong scissors for this hair. Don't use hair cutting scissors, use something a bit stronger. So I'm using shears. They have a jagged edge already and I'm just moving it in a jagged up and down fashion when I'm cutting. So you're cutting on a diagonal. Just continue watching, you'll see exactly how to cut in sort of like a diagonal shape going down to frame the face. Okay, tip number 8. I think I'm on 8. Yeah, tip number 8. Make sure you blow dry this hair, guys. You want this hair not to look too thick. It is supposed to look like 4C, sort of natural afro hair that isn't relaxed, but still, if you blow dry it, it just smooths the hair out. It gives it a softer looking texture, so it's very important, and it helps the hair to lie flat. So it's important. You can see here that it's looking much flatter than before. So I've moved on now to using the curling tong, and I should have said with the hair dryer and the curling tong, you need to have them on a low heat. Your hairdryer has probably 2 settings. Put it on the low heat setting. This particular straightener has a circle sort of button that you can change the heat setting. It must be on the lowest heat setting, guys. If it's too hot, the hair will just melt. You can see that I can hold the straightener on the hair for quite some time because it is on a real low setting. It's not melting the hair, it's barely curling the hair, it's on that low of a heat setting. So really important, use the lowest heat setting. Now if you're cutting, my advice as well here is that cut and straighten, just go backwards and forwards between both, because that will help you see how the style is developing. If you need to cut more off, if you need to stop cutting, if you need to curl more, you'll see by going backwards between cutting and straightening, cutting and straightening. Okay. Okay guys, I'm continuing with styling here. Now my next tip number 9, is to add some hairspray. Just to keep this style in place. It doesn't matter that it's synthetic hair, just add a little bit of hairspray. Now at the bottom I wanted it to be a blunt cut, but the ends looked a bit too sharp, so I just curled those under and it made the style just take shape a little bit more. So to finish off the look guys, I decided to add a little bit of purple to the right side just to break the colour up. So I'm trying to show you here, I'm not sure if you can see, but I've added a little bit of purple to that side. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, stay blessed. I've got many more videos coming your way. Please comment, share, subscribe and do all that good stuff.